What do you know, Genocide Joe? Yes. Shut up, Celeste. You're a fucking bitch and I hate you.
I can't.
Let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
Which time?
I'm not just going crazy, right?
Yeah. Celeste, just shut up. Who's still alive? It's his glasses.
He was clearly still alive because he talked to us later.
Give me Hifumi's glasses, yes.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
In other words, it moved
The
somehow.
next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
True.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned...
No, that was the wrong one. I just really like clicking things.
How was position is not something that you disagree with.
Shut up.
And the next time it was in. But when you compare his body other than the change, there was no notable difference.
That's what I was supposed to click.
Yeah, that's what you disagree with. Oh my gosh.
In fact,
This case like aggravates me so much because of that.
True.
His glasses.
So that's why they were wiped off.
That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood.
And that would make sense. I was wondering why someone else would clean them
But
off.
when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless.
I'd like to say that Taka's dead JPEG is still pretty broken. It pisses me off.
Bad, yeah.
And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
That you did, Makoto.
Yes, you did.
It was the item that he used was obviously Celeste's account.
Glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the
Demon
cloth
Angel,
should make
pretty
things
pudgy
clear.
princess.
This piece
That's
of
true.
cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean, and the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera. Right?
Yep.
And whose
Yep.
digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was...
Princess Pickles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess!
From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
Good shit, Hino, you remembered.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I didn't recognize the first kanji, but the second one was the kanji for child.
Nice.
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Damn.
Few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, that's not mine. And everyone's like, yeah, that made sense.
What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Yeah.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
This is true.
Point.
Then it must have been him, right?
Had to have been.
Assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that,
would-
the impossible task
yeah.
of moving his copious
That explained how fast it was, too.
Possible, wouldn't you say?
But then,
Yes, that it does.
if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
I think it was still blood.
The fridge in the nurse's office.
Oh, that!
For emergencies. Probably used one of
Fuck.
those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere.
Yep.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained.
Wait, but why would he be playing dead?
That's a very good question.
We'll have to figure that out.
It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
When he moved Taka. Was it
Well, it
Hifumi?
wasn't Sakura. I mean, I think Taka was actually dead.
Hifumi. Interesting.
Could only have been Hifumi.
Hifumi's the only one without an alibi. He wasn't dead
While we
anymore.
were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
Yep.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Did she not know that?
After the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository.
And it was
When
locked.
we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository
Yes,
door
sir.
can only be locked from the inside.
Yep.
Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository,
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Really?
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just
Well-
can't believe it.
If he did move Taka's body, I think that counts as taking part in the murders.
True.
If you're having
I don't know.
trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Yeah, it's just very bizarre.
There's more?
Pum pum pum.
Absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed.
Yeah?
You
Hmm.
know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of
Shit!
lifeless body.
Fuck! Shit! The note!
That is a fair point. It is. Yeah.
The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
It's crazy.
Hidden note?
That.
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
In his pants?
The excitement in her voice.
Yes, his pants.
Why do they keep saying his pants over and over?
Yes,
Hey,
his
well,
pants.
Forget about the pants.
Forget about the pants for now.
Take a look at what the note says.
Oh boy.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Blah 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 blah.
There's nobody else.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Oh, that's no, I was telling you about. No, that's a different one, dumbass.
Huh? Wait.
There you go.
This one's a little different. And Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
Nope.
In other
Goddamn
words,
Hiro.
the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Wait, let me reread that. Can I not reread that?
No. It literally said that the killer must have also contacted Hiro and also someone else. That person can only have been.
I got it!
Me!
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
True.
Time does match out, yeah.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What's the
I
objection?
don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
TikTok and Huffy.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide
We
Jack
got
is
what?
seriously scary.
TikTok, Huffy, we got Big Mac,
We've got Big Mac. Can't let her get to me. Oons, 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 oons. Oh shit, that's a lot.
You got 3 of them now. Broken with shots, Shifumi's glasses, and glasses cleaning cloth.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Hubby.
Shit.
Remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
The purple blocked it. Good job.
I'm proud of myself.
The white noise. Actually, purple noise.
Huffy had the note, right?
The person it was
Control.
intended for must have been Hubby.
But
Must have
remember,
been Huffy.
What time did it? 6 a.m. The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
You did it again. Oh, wow, you managed to hit it. Good job.
Yeah, because I'm cooler than you. And no, I'm just kidding.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
The wristwatch.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same
Yep.
time Taka was murdered.
That is a good point, Big
Already
Mac.
proven that using his
Shut
wristwatch.
the fuck up. Stop saying calling it Big Mac. Shut up.
But there's more. Look where the note
Well,
says to
Big
meet.
Mac.
The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
Exactly.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I
True.
think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Yep.
Well, when you put it like that. No further objections.
The fuck?
And someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me.
Seems like it.
Really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
That's what he's upset about, not the murders.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Pants, no less.
Gay shit?
Yes.
Most likely,
Yes.
Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Yes.
Which makes sense considering Fumi didn't.
He stole
Well, actually, we don't know if he had or not.
Mm-hmm.
Where's
That
your
sounds
proof? Go ahead, show us.
Proof that Hifumi stole the note from Taka.
I got it!
I got it!
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
Yes.
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note
We
we
were
found
right.
hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Why would he take it off of Taka then?
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
Interesting.
There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip,
Yep.
leaving behind only one small scrap. Did
But
I get
why?
all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Does it?
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact,
I'm so confused.
he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Shut the fuck up.
Hero, it might be going a little too far.
No.
Sorry, no.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
Yep.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
That is a real
Whoever
question,
did
isn't it?
is the mastermind, the true killer.
I'd like to know
Killed
this.
in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
Mm-hmm.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
True.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Shit.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
God damn it.
What the fuck?
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway,
Jesus
when they were
Christ.
killed bothers me too.
Thank you, Hero,
Something that's been
for
bothering
like
me
distracting them
even
from the
more.
walrus conversation.
What the fucking ghost,
And
Zero?
what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
Shit.
Weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and
Oh
all.
shit.
This is true.
But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
True.
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the Cobra
Yes.
would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But
Yeah.
wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
It would.
I'm
Here's actually being smart
it
right now.
seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
It's the first time in forever.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Please never make that statement again.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either.
Nope.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But
Yeah.
the hammers were already laying around those other rooms.
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
It's a good question.
Personally, I haven't a clue.
Me either.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Nope.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
That's
I
true.
don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the
Yeah,
same
according
kind
to
of
the
thing,
Monokuma
right?
file, they were killed with the same kind of thing.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Good question.
Weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. Whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. Oops, 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 oops.
The answers to some of these small details are like super obvious.
This is
at
true.
this point to me.
Spotless hammer.
In fact,
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Apparently not
Shoot
the
that.
Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
gives you the answer.
well, whatever it was,
But I wonder what it was. It certainly wasn't the spotless hammer that I've just been given as a truthful one.
Nope.
So freely with the weapon. How did nobody witness them carrying it? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Yeah, that was stupid on my part. It does. That's not a contradiction. I need to remember I have to contradict things.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody witness? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
I don't,
What is wrong with me?
apparently there is a fifth hammer. I guess that's like agreeing that there is a fifth hammer or something. So you shouldn't shoot that.
Well,
I guess it's just like you can't really contradict that because we have no idea.
Yeah.
Murdergear.com.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No, I didn't mean to do that.
That's about it.
Why did I do that?
There is apparently a website called murdergear.com.
Is there?
And they sell like zombie t-shirts.
well,
And it's like
there's
it.
one. How was the culprit? How did nobody Sounds like a Justice Hammer. Check out murdergear.com.
Well, one thing. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No, that's wrong.
According to this sick beat that I'm listening to right now, that's wrong.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
I wouldn't say
There you
completely
go.
different, but it's definitely
Yeah.
not a Justice Hammer.
Seriously? A different weapon?
Yep.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could
Yep.
easily use that to kill Hifumi.
Exactly.
Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But
True.
for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Yeah.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the
Yep.
hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
This is true.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones.
Yeah.
I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Okay, wait. So the four missing hammers on the wall aren't the ones that aren't actually the Justice Hammers.
Nope.
About the wounds being similar.
I'm kind of mad about that.
I am too, because I thought we had that called.
So Hifumi moved to
Well,
the
and like, why are there four missing?
repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold
True.
on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Shut up, Celeste. You were working with him. Admit it.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea
That is a good point.
that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked
Like, I think
about
we've
this
proven that,
throughout.
that he was a part of it, but like,
True.
still, that's a good point.
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Oops, 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 oops. I'll do that every single fucking time this plays.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule
Correct.
holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on
I wouldn't say impossible, I'd say it would be stupid that two people would work together.
Explain to us.
I second
But
that.
that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
I don't think it's impossible either, but how would the spotless hammer get rid of that?
More than one, only the one who actually carried. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two.
Let's go to the end.
That only really in this case, however, there were two murders.
Son of a bitch.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder,
I'm confused.
only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule.
But that only really applies if there's. In this case, however, there were two murders.
I don't think that's impossible, though. Fuck.
Based on the rule that even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true, it is.
That is how the rule.
But that only really applies if there's one murder. In this
Okay,
case,
so yeah, you do
however,
have to absorb
there were
something here.
two murders.
Figure that out. Cool.
Based on the rules that even if more than one, only the one who actually carried, assuming the rule holds true.
No, that's wrong.
There you go. Good job.
Hey. Only took me like 3 times going through the minigame.
It's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
True.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering.
So this is the clause we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. What happens if...
Naturally, if only
Yeah.
one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
Dumbass.
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme.
True.
There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you.
True.
However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're
Yep.
saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think
True.
that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime.
Yeah, so regardless of whether or not that's how it works.
Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
Yep.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating
We,
two
how long have we
separate
had this thought, Ian?
A while now.
And it
We were like, hey, what if there's two killers? Like, immediately you said that.
That's how
Yeah.
the true killer designed it to look.
And
A
turns out there was.
individual, a
It's just
similar
one of them was
victim
dead.
of each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
This is true.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
Shit, dude.
Then, to avoid the no
That's cold.
accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Damn.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
I'd like to call my first witness to the stand. Motherfucker Celeste, I'll kill you.
I mean, like, you say that, but you're talking about somebody who's ready to kill all of you.
Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
I agree. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning.
Clearly, it's not odd that they chose Hifumi as an accomplice because Hifumi is dumb enough to go along with it and weak enough to be killed easily.
Yep.
To be betrayed. Yeah.
Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events with entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although when you think about it, she's almost too amazing.
That's a good point.
Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
True Killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. The debates up till now, the way the case has been unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit.
Yeah. Who could it be? This animal that I did see. Can't you help me guess this mystery?
I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
Do you just call that a joke?
I wonder.
There's still one big thing, but I don't understand about what's going on right now.
Tell me.
I do, but like...
Tell me what you don't understand.
Hifumi said Hiro killed him.
He wasn't gonna give up his accomplice.
But he literally... Are you sure? That sounds like...
That's a good point. But wasn't he, like, kind of in love with Celeste?
I don't know, man. I'm just thinking about this, and it's like, well... Like, if I was dumb enough to go along with this plan, and then someone betrayed me, and I got the chance to say their name, and I got the chance to say, like, this is the person who killed me for revenge, I would totally do it.
That's a fair point.
So what you are saying then?
It's like, I'm not letting you go free after you killed me. Fuck you.
Together with Hifumi.
This is true.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him within 10 feet of that shit brain, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Holy fuck!
Wait, what happened to your accent there, Celeste?
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Hell yeah.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Really?
What is that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? The paper hidden in Hifumi's the screaming!
Hifumi and Celeste both scream to get people's attention.
And the encountering the suspicious
oh, that's a good point.
I think that fits more.
That's much better, yeah. 'Cause I think Hina also, like...
True.
said something.
The behavior they had in common
There
has
you
to do
go.
with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only
Almost tricked
ones
me,
who
yeah.
ever actually
So I was right, you shitty fuck!
were Celeste.
Fuck you!
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
This
If
is
we
true.
accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
That's a good point.
Everything they told us was a lie?
Yes.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct?
Correct.
And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Look at Celeste's face on the right. She's like, oh shit.
I just want to know what you're talking about. I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
Exactly.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor.
Oh
She
shit.
let out a blood-curdling scream.
And when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
She saw him go up another floor. Nope, I'm not gonna read this all again.
She'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab. It was time for her partner to get to work.
Nope, I'm done. I refuse to read that the 30th time.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
Yeah.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
True. Oh shit, she was.
Oops. Very well then, Makoto and Hina. Those capture positions by her Sakura.
Well,
Sakura.
we're working together. All those chance events suddenly become connected.
This is true. Oh
And
shit.
on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
Oh
It
shit.
was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just
Oh,
realized
shit.
another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I was certainly not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
Oh shit.
So nobody would like check his pulse or anything.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
So that was Hifumi's handwriting with the robo costume.
Maybe.
I'd assume it was his because I'm assuming
That makes
Celeste has
sense.
good hand. She's so proper. I'd assume she'd have pretty good handwriting.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
And the plot thickens.
She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each
Yep.
piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
Holy
Would you
shit.
agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Jesus
Don't bother
Christ.
trying to
Sure.
deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
Oh shit. What
I'm
is
talking
it?
about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
I must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
Holy shit! Holy fuck! Shit!
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand. what's
They hadn't discovered Taka yet!
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office.
Oh
The
shit.
entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being killed.
Holy fuck, that's awesome!
Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
100%.
And we didn't think about it because it made sense because Makoto had seen Taka. So
Yeah.
we did know about Taka at the time, but we didn't tell Celeste that.
You hear
This
that,
is true.
Celeste?
And we did tell Hina later.
Terrible understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Oh shit. Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. What is he alluding to? Oops, oops, oops.
What do you mean, what is he alluding to? It's obvious, right?
Monokuma file number 3.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Wait, I didn't mean to do that! Fuck!
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Let's
Alright,
try
you
that
have to
one more
absorb
time.
something, as you know.
I have to absorb something?
Yep.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
No.
Shoot!
Well, those guys doesn't exactly refute strange.
They must
This is
really
true.
be enjoying this.
That would be saying that those guys would
Enjoying the sight of us standing
say that it's
around,
not so
frightened
strange.
and confused. They must be
Are you sure I can't just shoot it with Monokuma File 3?
going to die here.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you the answer. It's not you caught the
Just
thing.
like those guys died.
No, you have
That
to
is all I said.
you
Well,
have to absorb those strange.
That's all
I was thinking that and then hit it like those guys with it.
Yep.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Like you already got the contradiction. It's just weird.
Yeah.
All
Gameplay
I said
shenanigans.
was, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like
There we go.
Motherfucker. Fuck you, Celeste.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Fuck.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his
Holy
body in the-
shit.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys?
Well,
Because
that part,
Taka had
those
also
guys, those
disappeared,
people, same
right?
thing. But
So she could have been dead too.
Holy shit.
that part, whatever. But you said those is the part that confused me.
Mm-hmm.
you all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Fuck you.
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
That doesn't exactly make
Can you
your
explain
whole
this
thing
picture of
better.
the costume?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then.
Well,
use the
clearly
camera's
Hifumi-
timer to-
Like is in on it, right?
You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
This is true.
Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer.
But how do you know that?
In other words, it is an
'Cause she's the one who took the
unassailable
picture.
fact that this is
This
a
is
picture
true.
of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
You set it up.
Somehow.
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
Holy shit.
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Fucking bitch. Other explanations? It wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Ifumi
What
away.
other explanations?
The only other possibility. It's not Hifumi dragging the suspect away. Hifumi have been drinking. Actually, no, I don't really think that's right.
Really?
Yep. Are they dancing? Wait, are they actually dancing?
No.
I got it.
Wait,
It's
how?
not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi.
I'm so
away.
confused.
I would say it's a picture of
Let's
Hifumi.
look at the
dragging
picture with
suspect away.
that in mind.
Let me think about that.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
One second, one second. There we go, look at that.
The one
Oh,
who
holy
dragged off in that
shit.
picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
So that's why he's so tired. He's like trying to pick him up.
Yeah.
And the
Shit.
strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, Of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
True.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Yeah?
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then
How is
shut
it
your
ridiculous,
mouth
Celeste?
And allow me to educate you.
Okay, sure.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Fumi is dragging the suspect away. Is that really possible? Oh shit, the music's getting better.
Remember Matthew's message,
Dressed me
whatever
up
the
in
last
that
one was.
suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous.
How is that
As
ridiculous?
you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright.
This is true.
If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Hmm.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
The costume. Hina said, she said that she couldn't bend at the waist.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit was, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
There we go.
There you go.
I'm getting better at this again.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
No bending at the waist.
Yep.
Totally can't bend at the waist. Exactly.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
A quote-unquote mistake.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake.
Exactly.
I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh shit.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it.
Yeah?
That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
She is not like that.
I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Oh shit. Is she gonna go crazy again like she did that one time? Yep.
What do you mean, checkmate? Celeste?
Her accent's just gone.
You want to cram me into your little guilty box? Well, there's one little problem.
What's that?
Already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Fumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hatakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Hell yeah! Imagine.
Confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
Facts.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
Oh
What?
shit.
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us.
Oh
How
boy.
did he refer to each of us?
Set people's Yes, he would.
That's something we talked about from the beginning. Mr. Naegi.
Yeah.
His names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
True.
So if Hifumi did mean to say
So in Japan, this was
he would have
Naegi-san.
said his last name, Hagakure.
Yasuhiro-san. Yeah, Yasuhiro-san.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Shit. Indecent?
Don't talk.
I love
One
that.
more chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation?
Oh
No,
shit.
There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
Does he know her real last
But he
name?
must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person who applies,
Oh shit.
and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her
And
real
she
name
has
is.
an accent that's apparently fake.
Holy shit.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit. Come on!
Her
Enough
fucking
with your
voice actor.
idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
The fuck?
Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up. My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up, so then how did you do something to make her accept it?
Oh boy.
E-handbook spot. E-handbook! Right? Because the e-handbook's gonna say her real name.
He was trying to tell us something.
Yeah.
He wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
Whoever that is must have done it.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste.
Celeste, was
Haven't
it
told
you?
anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg. God damn it!
It's upside down.
Jesus.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I love when Master yells
I'm
at
not
people.
pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Bullshit.
No, that's wrong. That's it.
So this puzzle works so much better in Japanese.
Probably does.
what?
Oh shit.
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
That's true.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it'll display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything.
Here we go.
That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Well, then you're guilty.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Shit.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because
Jesus.
until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all the
Here we go.
crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Comic time.